Sensible J Dog on God, that album changed my life, so I gotta show love. Gotta show love to the things that I love, to the things that I love. I gotta show love. Look, yeah, there's one thing you cannot do.
Don't worry, mate. It's just a vitamin C deficiency.
Nothing or too much, you run out of love. There's either nothing or too much, you run out of love. There's either nothing or too much, you run out of love. There's either nothing or too much. Run out of love. Nothing or too much. Run out of love. Nothing or too much.
Alright, welcome back to episode 8 of the Road to the Draft series, Hayden, and I think you can guess where we're at because we've already done an episode here.
Yeah,
we're at UWA Sports Park.
We're joined by Claremont's finest today, young gun Jye Bolton, and today we've got a couple special guests with us as well. One of them are running a bit late, but we've also got two of Claremont's greatest mids of all time, two of the Waffles' greatest mids of all time, Sandover medalist Jye Bolton and Kane Mitchell.
Oh, here they are, boys. Elbows all around. Elbows all around. I'm not going to go that far. But look, we had Zane in Denver last week. We're not going to let the coronavirus stop us here. We are keeping some social distancing. I'll just stay away a little bit. But it's going to be the usual stuff, Hayden. A few drills, a bit of running, which I'm not quite looking forward to.
Yeah, last time we were here for the running, Joel did manage to sneak out of it.
Oh, he did, that's right.
He had his excuses, but this time there will be no excuses, and Seb is really going to put him through his paces.
I will.
All right, so without further ado, let's just get into it. All right, most important part, say it every week, it's the warm-up. Jye, why is this so important?
Well, you just got to get nice and limber for the high speeds and the massive change in direction that we're going to be doing. Get everything warmed up, ready to go, so that you recover well and can perform to the best of your ability. So it's a very important part.
Now, that's probably the best answer we've had all year.
I reckon.
There's a lot of just blokes talking absolute garbage. So, Seb, try not to tire yourself out.
Yes,
and warm up
I know. I'm trying to keep myself nice and bright for this running. For tees, once again, the running. We're just going to go goal line to goal line. I think we've got, 30-minute break in between runs?
Yeah, 30-second break. We're doing the sprints again. We've abandoned the 200 metres and dropped it down to about 170, 180 just to give Seb all the help we can get. But I'm looking forward to it. Joel, hopefully you can show us all that speed you've got.
No, I wouldn't.
All right, let's go.
3, 2, 1. Running now.
As you can see, 7 hour rooted. Jye and Joel haven't even broken a sweat. Just going to get straight into some kicking. The usual, split off into our individuals. Bit of nice square, kick to kick. See who has the best kick out of us. I reckon I'm a real chance today. Let's get into it.
And we're also going to change a little bit, Hayden. We're going to do the score thing.
Okay, yeah.
Logan McDonald. Thanks to Logan McDonald for that one. So we'll do, 3 for the chest? 2 if you have to move a little bit. 2
if it's straight to you.
Yeah.
And 1 if it's to the sides, right?
And then 0 if you just can't get there. So we'll do a bit of that one.
Barely 1.
You drop in minus point.
Oh, maybe a 1 there. Oh.
0.
After 1 there. Come on.
Nice, 2.
No win.
Oh, 7 v
1.
Good slow-mo shot. I want to see people see my form. Oh, look at that, 2.
Look how much he's moving. He's moving. Oh.
That's a 3.
Oh,
that's 0.
Oh.
Look, I'm not sure about these Claremont boys, but they're definitely working together because their scores are just ridiculous. And for once, I'm with Hayden. These guys are cheats.
Look at it.
I've ran 3 Ks chasing his kicks so far. 2 kicks left in, and if I hit him right, I'm 16 here.
Now, I was copping a lot of talk from Jye about being too far away, and that does not sound like a talk of the Sandover medalist. Oh, there's 2.
Yeah, I've got an injured hand and Hayden's making it bloody messy for me, just like his hair. It's making it really hard for me to catch the ball, but There it is, 2.
Oh, 1. All right, we got 17, 16, 15, 14. Last few kicks here. Jye's 16 apparently. Sorry. Nah, I've had to move. For the win. Just needs to hit me somewhat. If Joel gets it, hang on, if I hit a torp on the chest, I reckon it's game over. Oh, what is that? Give him 1. No wins. And what was a great game. Cheers. It didn't have the credibility we were looking for. We've got the game of pig now. Hayden, what's the score recap actually?
So the score is, to my knowledge, 3 to the guests, yes. 2 to Seb, 2 to myself.
It's a big game.
If you're unaware, Jye, it's basically just horse. We cut it down to 3 letters. Joel did win when he played. He won flawlessly, to my knowledge.
Yeah, he didn't get a letter.
No letters, so no pressure at all. Jye, we'll let you take first kick because you are the specialist of guests here today. Unfortunately, should mention, Kay Mitchell will not be making it.
Stuck in a staff meeting, unfortunately.
Yeah, teaching duties have come first, which is weird. You'd think we'd come first, but regardless, we'll get into pig and we'll see what happens.
Let's do it.
I'm just going to snap from the boundary here. A few steps.
Oh, that's good.
Is it good?
Woo! Yeah, it's real good. Regulation drop punt. The aim, as per usual, is just to get Seb with this. Yeah.
That's the point.
Oh!
Definitely a point.
Oh! I don't know.
That was a point. Score.
Come back. This is ridiculous.
Torpedo, so right here. There he is.
Oh yeah.
Nah. Just Seb's old manoeuvre, dribble straight through.
Can't do it as good as me. He can't even. Oh, look at it. It's not even going across the ground.
Let's do the same.
Yeah.
Kick. Get in.
We're sticking around this pocket. I feel like this is a lucky spot today. I'll just go another dribble. Come on! Yeah! Right, quick score recap. P.
Yeah.
Not looking great.
Under a lot of pressure to score this one.
Loving my.
I can never put in back-to-back performances. I think maybe happened last time I win and then I just get ahead of myself. And again, it's just back to the training ground and we'll be back harder and better next week.
Oh no. Oh, Jye! Oh. One step. Snap. Oh! That is ridiculous!
So I'm just going to spin the ball and kick it off the ground.
Oh! Oh!
There you go. Bounce, you son of a bitch! Yeah. Kane, you're my hero.
That's cool.
Didn't even show up.
Gonna roll it out, back going inside, and then come back around and snap it. I won it last time against Hayden, so see if we win it against Bolton as well.
Oh, too slow! Missed it anyway. Just a, no. From the boundary, just a set shot.
Yeah!
What the? That's one I got off the mark with.
Woo!
Come on!
Take notes, Zane and Denver. That's how you get a game done nice and quickly. It was Jye in the end. Experience prevailed. Got the job overdone over Joel and Hayden, who exited quite quickly, and me not far behind him. Hayden, what did you take away from that one in the end, mate?
Personally, I can never perform after a good win, but also you can really see what years of hard work and dedication does compared to years of sitting on your ass and talking about these kind of blokes when they don't perform. So
no, it's been a good game.
Look, it's been a good game. It's been a good day. We'll get into some questions for you two about Joel. Let's get into it.
I think just say one thing is played with this all day, so I thought I did pretty well to come second in two things.
Also did a hamstring later in the week last week, so maybe that had something to do with it. Now they're up to the game of horse. All the training's done.
It does. The day's play's over. Yep. Sit down, relax, and get into some questions. Seb, you like
I've got the first one. Jye, cast your mind back, if you will, to the first time you saw Joel playing footy. What was the first thing you sort of thought of him?
Well, I got Joel brought to my attention by Jared Hardesty, who's good friends with his older brother. He said, come down and have a look at this bloke play. We're not going to have him for very long at the club, so come down and have a look how good he is. And I was kind of like, right, here we go. Whatever. And then, the first time I saw him, he kicked 5 in not very long, and I was like, holy this bloke is mercurial. So and he works really since then, like since I've been training and stuff. He works really hard, and I think he's got a very big future ahead of him.
All right, now Joel, you've got one of the best mids in the waffle right next to you, Jye Bolton. How has he helped you and aided you in your footy on and off the field since you started to get to know him?
Yeah, so obviously coming down, seniors is a bit daunting. So I was lucky enough to have Jared Hardesty, like you said, one of my brother's mates, so I could rely on him a little bit. But I think Bolts was pretty welcoming as soon as he came in. So I took me under his wing. We had a couple of trainings, and he often move me around positions, just try and look after me. Come through, have a swing through the middle. Obviously I was being a new player to the team. Obviously wouldn't speak up and be like, hey, can I have a turn in the middle? He'd take it upon himself and let me have a turn. So. It was pretty good, and how much he talks and demands of footy helps me learn a lot. So
good. Look, we can't deny the fact that there's a lot of mystery going around this season. It's already impacted us highly, especially us, Hayden, and especially you guys. Training's been called off now. How is your preparation for the season coming up, especially you, Joel, with such a big year ahead for you? Is there anything that you've done different in your preparation?
So it's pretty tough because we haven't really got the information that we really want from perspective of what we can do and what we can't do. So we've obviously been told we can't train, so that's a bummer because training's obviously the way to get better and to get your fitness up. So it's a lot of solo training, which is pretty tough because you don't really have the motivation because it's not really set out. So you really got to have a lot of motivation on making yourself get up and do things. So
what about you, Jye, with this waffle season ahead?
Well, after the initial sort of frustrations that we've had, not really knowing where everything's going, and after busting your ass for,
especially blokes like me and you, hey, we've been working hard in the amateurs. Hard down there.
Yeah, it's 6 months of we're just working together, building relationships with some new guys on the list and that sort of stuff, and then to that kind of be taken away from that, where some people are still building relationships within our club and getting to know one another. And once you put in that time and that work with people, and then you get told you're not allowed to come together as groups, it can be difficult to try and maintain those. But our leadership group and some of our key sort of players within the club and Harrow have worked hard on trying to come up with some different things so we can stay connected and stay focused, just in case a season does eventuate, and we're still aiming for that top prize, which is what we've been working for since we bowed out of finals last year.
All right, now Jye, you do have experience on an AFL system. What would you say to Joel and to any of the boys that we've had on, just to help them if their time comes?
Well, it sounds probably cliche. Don't take it for granted, number one. I was only there for a year, but that year was so quick. I couldn't believe how quick it went by. And looking back now, I probably didn't take it all in. And the other thing is that you think that all the hard work's done once you finally get drafted, but it's probably where it starts. it's completely different to underage footy. And you just got to basically do exactly what you're told, and sometimes you have to bunch up whatever ego you've built up or anything along those sort of lines through your junior footy as the best player or anything, to be humbled and just play the role that the team needs you to play, and then you probably have a long career.
Well, boys, it's been an absolute privilege having you both on. Sadly, that's the end though, Had.
It is. Hopefully we can get Kano out next time. He's pulled out his
the big Iron Man, they call him.
We're lucky.
The big puffer fish.
We're lucky Claremont does have a reliable midfielder when it comes to telling you what's going on. But regardless, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, Jye and Joel. We'll look forward to getting you on.
Thanks, boys. Elbows all around.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Too easy. Have a good one.